Hi, this is Amanda, and I want to share with you one of my favorite sitting Qigong forms. This is a practice that is really nice to use if you're wanting to calm yourself, if you're feeling some anxiety. It can be very soothing and calming and nurturing. It can also, if you're feeling a little bit low or depressed or feel listless or a lack of energy, it can also invigorate you and bring you to life a little bit, so to speak. Qigong is an ancient Chinese form of exercise. It means to grow or to cultivate qi, which is the life force energy that flows through us, that flows through all living things. So we're really just cultivating our own life force energy. This particular Qigong form is a sitting form, and you can either do it sitting on the ground or on the floor, cross-legged. You can use a cushion or a pillow if you need to. You can also do this sitting in a chair if it's more comfortable for you. This form is called 1,000 Hands Buddha, and it's a series of hand movements called mudras. And so I'm going to be primarily working with the hands and bringing them into different positions. I'm going to be working with the breath, breathing in deeply, inhaling and exhaling, and I'm going to add that to these movements. And between the movements, we're going to hold in stillness. So it's a combination of movement and then stillness with contemplation. And each of these movements has a different name. So I'll take you through that. Now, generally, I would begin on my right side with most of these movements, if there is a side. I'm going to do my best to try to mirror for you so that you can be working with your right side. So I'm going to try to switch my brain around and put things over on the other side for you. All right. So usually I begin with my left hand resting inside my right. So I'm going to switch for you. And my thumb tips are touching. This is called the diamond mudra. This is the beginning position. So we're going to begin in that position and just hold for a little bit. Try to relax the shoulders. Try to lengthen the spine and try to make sure the head is sitting right on top of the spine in a balanced and comfortable position, so there's no stress on the neck. And breathe. Second movement is called the aura. In order to do this, we're going to bend forward from the hips or the waist, open up the hands, palms out, bringing them down, clearing and cleaning the aura, or the aura, our own personal energy bubble, that little aspect that surrounds us. And your palms are just going to be resting face up on your knees or your thighs. Still feel that lengthening through the spine, and the head is still resting right on top of the spine. Next movement is called assurance and protection. We're going to do this movement 3 times on each side. So just follow along. We're going to cross in front of the chest, fingertips down and back up. We're going to rotate the wrists, and one palm is going to come and rest right on the knee or thigh, and the other palm is going to face away from the body. The elbow is comfortable and relaxed and rounded. And repeat on the other side. Cross, fingers down and up, wrists rotate, and assurance and protection. One palm is up, the other is facing away from the body. And breathe. 2 more times on each side. Palms crossing, wrists twirling as if you're conducting a symphony. And again. Last time on each side. Crossing, twirling. And last time. Assurance and protection. The next movement is called Defy Suffering. It's going to begin in the same way, and we'll only do it once on each side, but we're going to do a little extra at the end. So, Defy Suffering, beginning the same way. Now we're going to lift and turn the palm back over and set it back down. And last time, Defy Suffering. And turning it over. Next movement is sitting on the lotus. So we're going to cross one palm, one hand over the other, lift, open up and out, and bring the hands out to the sides. Still lifted in the spine. Head is still relaxed, sitting on top of the spine. And just place yourself on your own lotus blossom. The lotus is a symbol of purity. It's a flower that grows up out of the most I don't want to say disgusting, but I just did. It grows up out of some of the really squishy, yucky soil, and it grows up into this beautiful blossom, and it's very slippery, so that if you try to put dirt or mud or anything grungy on it, it just slides right off. So it's a symbol of purity, so you can just place yourself on your own little lotus blossom, and you can place that blossom anywhere you'd like, out in a field or in the middle of a pond, floating up in the sky, maybe out in the universe, floating among the stars and planets, or even on another planet somewhere. You can place your lotus blossom anywhere you would like to. Next movement, facing the truth. Again, we're going to Bend forward at the waist. We're going to bring the palms in and then bring them back out in a little push and hold them. And take a moment to face the truth. Whatever is happening right in this moment, this is your truth. Next movement. Discover your own innate heart. So we're going to create little eyes by placing the tips of the forefingers next to the thumb, and we're going to make little eyes, and we're going to bring those eyes right in front of the chest, still a few inches away from the chest, but we're just going to bring them toward the center of the chest. We're going to bring the gaze downward slightly. And just be willing to look inside your own heart. Discover what is in your heart. I'm not talking right now about the physical heart that beats in the body and that helps with circulation. I'm talking about the energetic heart that rests in the center of the chest. It's a place where we store a lot of our energy. It's a place where we give and receive. It's a place where a lot of states of being exist. We all have these different states of being. Joyful, grateful, compassion, valor. Some people might call them higher emotions. Unconditional love, peace. All of these states of being can live right in that heart space. Next movement is called the wheel, and this is the most complicated part of this. So just follow along as best you can. This is where we really get stuff moving and churning around. So it may not feel like a lot is happening with these movements, but really we're moving a lot of energy in the body. So I'm going to keep my fingertips together, but I'm going to turn one hand facing upward and the other down. And it's like I'm pulling a string. I'm letting one hand drop down into the lap, toward the lap, and I'm bringing the other up right around the forehead, and I'm going to move that upper hand forward and the lower hand up the body. So it's like I'm taking that string and I'm turning it like a wheel. Okay. And keep going until they are back where they came, and they're going to start coming together, but no, they're not going to connect. Instead, I'm going to connect to my upper hand to the lower pinky. And then I'm going to turn everything over so that the upper hand is connecting to the lower pinky. I'm going to bring it back together again where I have that string. Everything's connected. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Like a big wheel holding onto that string. And moving. pinky, turning it over, and again. And we're going to repeat this again on each side, so that we do a total of 3 on each side. Pinky, keep breathing, keep moving. And last time on each side. So again, this is where a lot of this stuff happens. Just take your time. And last time. And coming back to the innate heart. Just pause and let the energy move and settle within the stillness. Next movement is called relinquish and tranquilize. This movement we're going to only do one time on each side. It's going to begin in the same way. I'm going to still bring one palm facing up and the other down. I'm going to drop the lower palm and I'm going to lift the upper palm, and then I'm going to let go of whatever I'm holding on to, and then I'm going to sweep it away and come to rest. And the wind is helping me sweep it away. Other side, innate heart, and one palm up, one down. The bottom one floats down to the lap, and the upper one lets go of whatever it's holding on to and sweeps it away. And back to the innate heart. Back to Diamond Mudra. And now we're going to bring, the left hand up toward the chest so that you have a lower palm facing up and an upper palm facing down, as if you're holding a disc or a mirror that's round, and you're just going to turn that slowly. This is called the Great and Perfect Enlightenment. So this is the key to everything. And we're going to turn it back. So it's kind of like just turning everything upside down and right side up. Getting a different perspective. Taking a minute to reflect and find a new perspective. And then bring it back down. palms are touching. Diamond Mudra. Next movement, wheels turning. What we're going to do with this movement is we're going to take the center of the palms and we're going to bring them right up near, but not quite touching, the temples. And we're just going to turn little circles, the center of the palms connecting with the temples, as if you're giving yourself a little massage without quite touching. Turning those wheels, clearing the mind, doing a little brainwashing, just clearing out any monkey mind or cluttering thoughts that might still be trying to wiggle their way in. And finally bring it back to Diamond Mudra. And breathe. And finish. So that's all I have for you today. This was Thousand Hands Buddha, and please use it if you wish, and